Hey guys, it's Ian from beautiful Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, on the last leg of our vacation. Eric Carlson trade goes down. Of course, I'm on vacation when it happens, actually on the highway when it happens, so I couldn't give you any video. I know the Tealtown guys, I'm sure AJ and Jerk did a wonderful job, but I thought I'd give my 2 cents anyway. The Eric Carlson trade, the Sharks get a 2024 first round top 10 protected pick. That's pretty much the best part of this trade. Everything else they get is kind of meh. They get forward Michael Granlund. I think when you look at Michael Granlund, I think when we were talking about Pittsburgh being a potential destination, I think everyone was always talking about, okay, it's going to be Michael Granlund and what? Well, the answer to that question is it's going to be Michael Granlund, defenseman Jan Ruda, and forward Mike Hoffman. Jan Ruda doesn't excite me at all. I think Mike Hoffman's well past his best before date, so the only real get for the Sharks here is the top 10 protected first round pick. Obviously, the Penguins are thinking playoffs, so they should be, this pick is probably going to be a mid round pick unless something goes terribly wrong in Pittsburgh. And obviously the big win for the Sharks here is that they only are retaining $1.5 million in cap space. So that's the big win, obviously. I think people thought that the Sharks are going to have to pay more. Now, I know some people have said it's kind of, I've been on Twitter a little bit since this has gone down. A lot of people are talking about, well, they took back a bunch of things in cap space. And my rebuttal to that would be, yes, they did eat a bunch of cap space and $10 million coming back in players, it seems like. But you can trade players. Trading just retained cap, a little more difficult. So if that number was a lot higher, you're paying for a guy who's not playing for you. Right now, the Sharks, they're paying mostly for guys that are playing for them, for better or for worse. I don't think the Sharks are going to be particularly good this year. For the Penguins, the Penguins get Eric Carlson, player who I like a lot. I think anyone who's been following, the Tealtown or following me on Twitter, they know that I like Eric Carlson. I'm sad to see him go. Obviously a very divisive character among Sharks fandom, and I think he's going to be a very polarizing figure for time to come. But I think Mike Grier, the Sharks had to make a move here. He wanted out, and Mike Grier had to make a move, and I think he did okay here, to be completely honest with you. I'm not too upset about this deal. It doesn't wow me. I'm not super excited about the return, but overall, I think they did okay. And for the Penguins, I think, if they get the Eric Carlson that we saw this year, I think it's going to be a great deal for the Penguins. I think having Eric Carlson in the fold will allow I think that takes a lot of pressure off Chris Letang. I think you can cut back Chris Letang's minutes, and I think that's a big win for the Penguins. But if Eric Carlson is the Eric Carlson he was for the most of the time he was with the Sharks, then Godspeed Pittsburgh, you're going to need it, because that is a very aging core that that window is quickly shutting, and I wonder, there's a part of me that kind of wonders if Eric Carlson's going into the exact same situation he goes to in San Jose, where he came in right at the end of the window and the window closes behind him. So we'll see what happens. That's my thoughts on it. I'm sure we'll have way more thoughts coming up when I get back. I'm sure there'll be some Tealtown stuff as we approach the season, but until then, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think.